Hello Aquarius friends, I'm Annie Botticelli and welcome to my Aquarius February 2023 Astrology Horoscope Forecast. This is for you if Aquarius is your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign, or any other placement of Aquarius that you're watching for. This is part of your astrological picture. And if you're a very late degree Aquarius, so like February 15th through the rest of the sign, or 23 degrees of your Aquarius placement through the rest of the sign, that I also suggest you listen to my Pisces report because your very late degree friends will benefit from both of those readings. I'm calling the theme of this month for Aquarius aligning with purpose, and we'll definitely look at many layers of how the short-term and long-term stars are helping you to do that. And we'll also talk about other things relevant to making the most of the starry possibilities this month. The first thing that I want to let you know is that we have another month of more sweet aspects compared to salty aspects, which means that the sweet connections in the stars are more prominent than the grouchy ones. So while there'll be a few roadblocks, a few speed bumps rather, really the vast majority of the aspects are really nice, and you will feel that. The next thing is that we still have a break from the heat of eclipse season. This eclipse cycle of the Taurus-Scorpio eclipses that started at the end of 2021, that happened every 6 months, that we just kind of stepped out of the season of in the last couple of months, brought a lot of intensity and a big karmic wrap-up and have not been at a fun angle for Aquarius placements. So January and February, we're still kind of on a break from that eclipse cycle. In March, we start to get the rumblings of eclipse season, those eclipses that happen in April and May that bring life-changing experiences, a lot of stress, drama, positive breakthroughs, but, just sort of a lot of intensity. So enjoy the break this month. Also important to note is that this next eclipse season also starts to introduce the Aries Libra eclipse cycle, right? So we're still finishing out the Taurus Scorpio eclipse cycle, which has brought lots of changes to our financial positions, our, merged finances and our viewpoints on money and material things and, money shuffling around and that kind of thing. That's still extending through the end of 2023, but what's starting now, you might feel some whispers now, but really the eclipse season will start soon in March. This is at a more favorable angle for Aquarius because it's Aries Libra, so fire and air cycle that's starting and going from April 2023 to 2025. So you can kind of think back to 1995 through 1987, 2004 through 2006, the end of 2013 to 2016. What kind of changes occurred there? Now, if something bad happened, don't worry, it doesn't necessarily mean something bad will happen again, but just the kind of profound changes that occurred in those time frames are the kinds of, things that you might be working with starting here pretty soon. But for now, we're, kind of in this break, and you might start to see some hints about the direction of it. But it's definitely less intense than it will become. So that's something to celebrate. Okay, so let's talk about some different layers of the energy of finding your purpose. And we'll start out with this very big event that's about to happen, Pluto moving into Aquarius. Okay, so from 2023 to 2044, we're going to have Pluto in your sign. So over the course of those years, it's going to revolutionize everything in the Aquarian-ruled things in the world. It's going to transform from the inside, very deep inside out, every person with Aquarian placements of any kind as Pluto crosses that, placement. And, it's just kind of a big deal. Those of you who are at the early part of the sign, so January born, you have been feeling it already. This transformation, this radical, deep, profound change is happening. And those of you who are not in the January born time frame, you may still be feeling it because, that's from the Placidus chart perspective, from the whole house perspective, all Aquariuses are getting ready to have the energy of, atomic, nuclear manifestation, basically like power, massive amounts of power to transform alchemy, pure alchemy, flowing through you in your life in crazy ways. So, this is happening. And one of the things it can help you to do is to see the ways that you are meant to transform yourself and others, which is part of finding your purpose. So there's a lot of fated energy with this, a lot of karmic connections that are really starting to brew, that are going to start this very long-term trend for Aquarius placements. The next thing to know is something a little bit lighter. We'll switch off here and just talk about the fact that the sun is in your sign right now, which means that you've either recently had your birthday or you're about to have your birthday. So happy birthday to my Aquarius friends. And if you have another Aquarius placement that isn't your sun placement, then you are going to have the sun cross over your Aquarius placement, which is kind of like a little rebirth. It's a re-energizing. And this period of time is really bringing focus onto you, your physical body, what you have, what you want to create, how you want to be seen. So you've got this short-term little spotlight on this area, helping you to see the good things, where things are working, and helping you to see where there are cobwebs. Imagine a spotlight in a dark room. It's showing you the places in your physical health, the places in, your foundations, your beginnings, your childhood experiences that could either be helping you or hurting you now, that might need some healing or might be benefiting you. Just kind of a big spotlight looking at all of that. In a very long-term way, we've had Saturn moving through your sign. Saturn often helps us to figure out more of what we want by showing us what we don't want. So, a lot of heaviness has come for many Aquarius placements. Those of you who are in the very late degree time frame now, so we'll say, really like the mid to end of February, you all are kind of more in the hot seat with Saturn at this point, and everyone else has gone through their hazing. So Saturn crossing over your placement can bring stability, can build amazing foundations, can also make things crack under the pressure of showing you what is sustainable, and also, like I said, showing you what you don't want. It's a beautiful gift of this time right before your birthday and around your birthday, where sometimes you have experiences that show you some things you don't want so that you can more properly use the sun highlighting your placement to wish or intend in the things that you do want. And although Saturn, is kind of is a taskmaster, and I always like to call him a chop buster, he can definitely help you to create anything in your, he's really connected to material manifestation. So anything that you've been wanting to create, Saturn can go through, give you your hazing, but then can help you to do what you need to do. Okay, let's dance back to another dip into this topic of finding purpose, and we'll relate it to some trends that have been occurring with Mars. So Mars has been in Gemini for an extraordinarily long time, since like last summer or last winter for you all down under. And Mars has been maybe making you get your fingers in a lot of pudding pies as it relates to creative efforts. Fortunately, for Aquarius placements, this very long-term transit of Mars could actually be super beneficial for you because of it making a nice angle with your placement. So 120-degree angle, most favorable in all of astrology. It's been dancing backwards and forwards and, all back around, continuing to connect in with who you are and how you are and what you want to put out there. And then specifically as it relates to your creative juices. So your creative babies, even regular babies, children, the things that, light you up, romance, bucket list stuff. So there's been a lot of evaluation and possibly vacillation about what things you really want. But good news about this month is because we're in this open window where all the planets are moving direct, including Mars, you might actually have more clarity about what to put your energy behind. Mars rules your energy, and when it's been in this vacillating Gemini for a long period of time, you might have gotten more waffly and indecisive on certain topics. More experimental would be a nice way to use it. But now you might be starting to hone in, start to focus in from the things you've experimented or considered and really start doing something with them. And so this can have to do with your purpose because it's what lights you up. Your fifth house is like where you shine. So bringing more of where you shine into your life is part of the job of this transit that's happened in a very long-term way for you. So hopefully, if you kind of look back over the last many months, you'll have had some more clues into what makes you shine and what doesn't. Another opportunity brought to you in the stars or from the stars to find your purpose and to feel like you're living on track with what you're supposed to be doing, your highest expression, is Jupiter is highlighting your house of communication and expression. So having Jupiter touring through this area can help you really start to articulate to other people to get your needs met and help you to interact with others in a way that is more fulfilling. It can also help you with writing projects, just straight up writing or learning. So back to like education, maybe you've been taking classes on something that you're excited about. This energy is super strong, especially into May. Those of you, from the Placidus chart perspective, those of you who are later in the Aquarius sign, so as February born and the later into February, the more this lingers, you'll have this energy in the third house for longer before it gets into Taurus, which will start accentuating your home and family space. But Jupiter is really trying to seek to help your words have more value and words have more weight in situations where that's important to you, and to take the words from your mind and get them out onto the paper, or take the ideas you have and get them out into practice. Aquarian energies manifest very mentally, so a lot of times brainstorming, big thinking, it can be a special Aquarian trait. And this Jupiter is helping you in Aries, moving through this house, is helping you to take the energy of thoughts and place it into the energy of experience. Also, there are several placements, short and long term, moving through Aries, and those make a 60-degree angle with Aquarius placement. So those bring opportunities that you have to do something with in order to activate. And since we have this month that's really working for proactive things, it's a really good time to jump on an opportunity in a very big way. If you're feeling it and your intuition is sound and everything seems to be flowing, you've got, a great chance that you'll have more clarity and a great chance that you'll have more drive and ambition and oomph and certainty to take the opportunities you have and do something with them. In general, this open period, February, March into April, is an amazing time for trips, travel, announcements, big decisions, big sales, big purchases, anything important, any launches, anything that you want to go further and wider. You've got this beautiful open time and all of this Aries energy and all of the Gemini energy that's making this nice trine for you, really working in your favor. In the days around February 5th, we've got a full moon in Leo, and that's in the sign opposing yours. So fullness, completion, fruition, possibly drama, coming to your relationship space, and also giving you an opportunity to allow yourself to just create and express and have fun. This could be a really super fun time with your partner or somebody close to you or a new person, or this could be a little drama or a conflict that comes up, could go either way. But in those days around the 5th, you might have a little more insomnia, a little more intensity, for better or worse. All of the Aquarius placements will feel this, but those of you closer to 16 degrees will have more of a personal tie-in. So we'll say between 11 and 21 degrees is the range, and the closer to 16 degrees. So that's like February 1st through February 11th, and the closer to around February 5th or 6th, the more you'll get the direct hit from this full moon. In the days around February 19th and 20th, we have this beautiful, dreamy energy of the new moon in Pisces. Just really allowing yourself a little time to rest, reflect, retreat, surrender a problem to the divine. So that new moon, Venus, and some other energies, including Vesta, the keeper of the sacred flame, are all highlighting your money house, your finances. So it's possible that your intuition could be leading you to some ideas, either for big purchases, important purchases, or ways to use your money or ways to earn money. And Venus could actually bring you a little boost to your income too. So that could be very exciting. If you want a more complete list of the aspects of note and how they may affect you delivered to your inbox 1 month early, go to anniehelpsyou.com and sign up for my free email newsletter. You'll get my shine, my free virtual coaching program when you sign up for my newsletter. I only send out a few newsletters each month, and they are all chock full of ways that you can make the most of the astrological potentials. Also at AnnieHelpsYou.com, you can see all other free goodies I make for you each month. I have lots of blogs, written horoscopes, and all kinds of things. I have a syndicated podcast. If you're not listening on the podcast, if you're on YouTube, there are different ways you can connect with my work. Any links I give you are always in the notes underneath the podcast or video. If you want to learn astrology, go to AnnieBAstrology.com, Annie, the letter B, astrology.com, and see different educational options I have for astrology. And if you want to just go for the gusto and see my Becoming a Professional Astrologer Mastery Course, go to beastropro.com, beastropro.com. I can help you go from ground zero to earning money as an astrologer in a pretty short amount of time with my system. And if you already study astrology and you want to deepen your knowledge and really shore it up and be able to give a kick-butt reading every time and feel like what you're offering has enough value to earn money from it, I can help you with that. So you can see that at beastropro.com. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll see you next month. Bye.